About 5 minutes for Yin Yoga. I am Angie. I think, okay, good, now I can see. So if you are on Facebook right now, this is Yin Yoga. Hello. And we have a few minutes, so I'll just let you know we will be using blocks today, and we're going to try and use two. If you don't have blocks, go ahead and maybe if you have two firm pillows, about equal sizing, or blankets that can be adjusted so that they're similar heights. We are coming into praying mantis today and dragon. If you need a pillow or a blanket or some cushioning for your knee, that might be advisable for dragon, as we will be in a lunge type of position. So one knee will be on the ground at one point or another. So making sure you also have a strap. I usually like to use straps for stretching, usually at the end, but sometimes throughout the class we may need them. Or you find that they might be useful in a pose for you. So again, this is Yin Yoga, and I'm Angie. And if this is your first time, Yin Yoga is a lot of stretching. There's not a lot of movement or flowing. This is not a vinyasa or a flow yoga. This is much more stationary, much more intense stretching. A lot of breath work goes on with Yin Yoga. So we're going to start in a seated position. Sometimes for some people, especially if you're tight in hip flexors, I like to suggest using a block to sit on, or maybe a pillow. If you have a bolster for yoga, use a bolster. If you have a blanket that you can fold up so that it gives you at least an inch in height, maybe more, that's also suggested. So, and just noticing how it opens up as you lift. So even for me, I'm considered fairly flexible. I'm not a gymnast, but fairly flexible. And even it helps me to allow my knees to come a little bit lower. Maybe you can tell the difference. As I bring my feet closer together and the knees further apart, you will notice that the knees might even come down towards the floor and the hip flexors open. So rather than being up high, it might over time, progressively, with practice, begin to open up the hip flexors, making sure both sit bones are firmly onto your block or your pillow or bolster. Hopefully you can all hear me, as I am on Zoom, so I can't see any of you posting anything on Facebook. So, and I will ask that if you have one leg forward of the other, I'd ask you to switch the legs and sit up nice and tall on whatever prop that you are using. We'll give people a few minutes to come in, but otherwise, knowing that you can use a strap, and again, the strap doesn't have to be a yoga strap, it can be a belt. No need to go out right now to purchase anything, or even if you want to online, it's not necessary, but if you would like to, a yoga strap is useful. Otherwise, use a belt or even one of your resistance bands. Maybe you've gotten one from PT or you've had one from one of your exercise classes before. And sometimes I like to suggest having a blanket. And I know I'm repeating, but only because we may be getting people who just started up. So just making sure you have 2 blocks, maybe a blanket for extra cushioning unless you have knee pads, or and a strap. And finding yourself comfortably positioned, and again, I suggested coming up on a bolster or the blanket or a block, which allows the opening up of the hips, the hip flexors, allowing the knees to gently come down, and just listen. Even focus on switching your legs if you just joined us, and switching what's forward to now the back. Maybe even bringing the feet further apart and just noticing the difference in the stretch that you may be feeling here. Deep breath in. We're going to begin with our breath work. And gently bring the arms up, just noticing how the shoulders are feeling. We're going to do some shoulder work today, shoulder stretching. Exhaling, hands either palms up or down onto your thighs. And gently begin to close your eyes. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling everything out the nose if you can. Shoulders drop down. Inhaling again, nice and tall, long spine. Use the muscles. Exhaling out the nose, feeling the chest drop. Gently noticing the belly button pressing back towards the spine. Inhaling, feeling the chest rise as the lungs fill with air. Feel the extension of the belly. And then exhale, feel the shoulders drop, belly button pressing back. Try and keep a nice long spine. And sitting up tall, notice the position of the head. Notice if it's forward. See if you can bring it slightly back so that the jawline feels like it's coming back. And this helps to align the cervical spine, your neck, with the thoracic spine. This helps to position the head so that it is firmly over the spine and being completely supported. It's a lot of weight in the head. So if you even just slightly bring the head forward, you begin to really put a little bit more strain on the muscles in the back of your neck and the shoulders through the rhomboids and the trapezius muscles. So bring that head up, chin slightly back. Feel the jaw even come back, ever so slightly. It should not feel unnatural. But if you haven't positioned your head like this in a while, you may find it just a little odd. Focusing on the breath. Knowing that in your practice, the breath is the most important part of the pose. It is primary to any poses. You must be able to flow evenly, effortlessly with the breath through the transitions and in the poses. Begin to direct the mind inward. Noticing the movement of the breath in the nose to the back of the throat. lifting up through the top of the head, inhaling, exhaling, feeling the shoulders drop, actively working the abdominals to help the diaphragm push the air out on the exhale. Acknowledging the thoughts that may be coming into your head, and see if you can sweep them out without judgment, just slowly moving them out, focusing in. Inhale, arms come up, lifting up. Inhale, maybe an intention for yourself today. Palms come together and into prayer. Elbows by the side, eyes are still closed. And breathe in, maybe that intention again, helping to set a mental foundation for the practice. A purpose for this hour that you have set a goal for. Finding more peace, gratitude. Maybe it is someone that you know that needs your thoughts, and maybe your kindness. Inhale, arms come up, gently lifting up. Exhale, right hand down, left comes over, reaching over, extending, breathing. Inhale, lifting. Knowing you can always adjust the arms if you need to bend the elbow for the shoulder. Extending over to the left side. Breathe. Feel the stretch to the right. Think of having an imaginary wall. Lift, inhale behind you. Press the shoulder blades back and see if you can slide against that imaginary wall. So right arm comes down, left reaches over. Holding it here, breathing. Bending the elbow if you need to for the shoulder. But still trying to get a stretch through the ribs up, all the way up through the fingertips if it's extended down to the hip. Inhale, lifting up, imaginary wall, press the shoulder blades back, left hand down, exhale, right over, try and bring the shoulder blade back, extending through the fingertips down towards the hip. Breathe. You can notice about pressing your right knee down slightly. Actively, gently, inhaling, lifting up, deep breath in. Exhale, palms come down in front of you and gently walking forward. Keep the heart lifted for now. Shoulders slightly back. And using your breath, slowly exhale, maybe coming down. Use a block if you have an extra block or a pillow or a prop. And maybe allow the elbows to rest on that. If you can come deeper, please do. We're stretching through the lower back, noticing how the body feels through the spine, through the shoulders, through the neck. Allow the forehead to drop to the floor. Inhale, walk your hands back slowly, deep breath in. And gently come one hand forward, the other one comes to the block, remove the block. And sitting down, we're going to switch the legs. Arms come up, deep breath in. Exhale, forward. Just gently noticing how the right side feels versus the left. As you come forward, again, you can use your block if you'd like to, at whatever height you need. Always listening to the body. There should never be pain, maybe crunching or popping, maybe intense stretching, but no pain.
Knowing you should back off, rest, modify, adjust the position. Slowly walk your hands back, deep breath in. Bring the hands behind you, fingertips towards your hips. Breathe as you lift the heart, extend the leg on top, then extend the lower leg, stretching through, lifting up through the heart. Breathe. Inhaling up into our staff pose. Pressing the hands by the hips. Good posture here. Again, notice the jaw, reaching back slightly. We're not lifting the chin, we're just pressing the jaw forward rather than the head forward and bringing that tension to the neck. Lift the head, support it with the spine rather than the muscles of the upper back. Maybe have your strap ready as we're going to come into caterpillar from staff pose. If you need any sort of lift for the knees, so if you're finding compression in the knees, you can always lift it with a block or a blanket that's rolled up nice and tight. And that way you don't lock the knees and create compression in the knees, compression being bone on bone, which can be quite painful. Have that strap or belts, whatever it is that you have ready. And if you don't have it, don't worry. Just do what you can. We're going to lift up, feel a gentle curve, natural curve of your lower back. And we're going to come forward with the heart. Belly button reaches for the thighs. Coming forward. Maybe hands are on the knees. Breathe. Shoulder blades are back. Maybe the hands will come to the shin as you hinge forward, exhaling with each lowering of the torso. Inhale, maybe you find your strap at this point. And this is where you'll be. Breathing in, holding, inhaling long through the top of the head, exhaling, reaching the heart closer to the knees. Elbows slightly bent to try and help keep the shoulders back for now. And on your next exhale, begin to relax the hands, relax the head. Shoulders can drop. Breathe wherever you're at. And holding it here. With each exhale, see if you can release tension through the face, through the lips, through the neck, the shoulders. Maybe you're feeling tension in the middle of your back or the lower back. Breathe and exhale tension, directing it in that area where you're feeling it. Deep breath and begin to lift the shoulders up. Reach as far forward as you can, be it your knees, your shins, your ankle. Maybe you can reach your toes and extend forward. And deepen this stretch only with the exhale. So inhaling tall. Exhale, see if you can come forward just a little bit more. Feeling the intensity, finding your edge, but no pain. Breathe. We're going to go for a minute with this. Accepting where you are. Knowing that you are unique and you have a purpose. Each person is unique and has a separate purpose. And amongst all of us as a community, we have enough. We have someone who has a purpose for each and everything. If we could rely on each other, support each other, and knowing that you are important in that. Deep breath in, bring the hands back to the next level. So if it was your feet, come to the shins. If it was your shins, come to the knees. If it was your knees, come to the thighs. Slowly lifting up through the shoulders to the top of the head. Breathing here. And then slowly, we're going to bend the knees. Bring the hands onto the shins and slowly squeeze forward. Lifting up, bringing hands back behind your fingertips, pointing towards your hips, and lift the heart, reaching up. Knees come side to side, opening up and closing like a book. All the way to one side, then to the other. And maybe bringing the feet together, opening up again into our round angle, lifting up. If you find that you're very tense through the hip flexors, maybe come onto a block, and this helps to draw. I'll show you the side view. So the bottoms of your feet come together. And this helps to drop the knees just a tad bit more, opening up. Having a block maybe in front of you. You can stay right here. You can use blocks and pillows to support your knees if you need to. Or if you wish to try and intensify, coming forward. Breathing, exhaling as you do, maybe to the highest level of your block or two blocks even. Breathing. Inhaling long, exhaling forward, maybe dropping down to the next level block. Breathe. Each inhale, think of lengthening the spine, inhaling in your intention, remembering why you are here, not for judgment, but for acceptance. About 30 more seconds. Adjusting anything you need to at any time, but always breathing, even through the transitions. Inhale, come up to the next level, block higher. Progressively, slowly come up, lifting maybe to the next level on your inhale. Reaching nice and tall, inhaling to the top of the head. Removing the block in front of you if it was there, and slowly bringing knees up, extending one leg at a time, reaching forward, one stiff on the right. Maybe coming off the block or using the block to help keep the hips lifted as you bring your heart up, breathing. Slight front extension, and if you are feeling strong and full of energy in the upper body, maybe lift the hips as you engage your glutes. Core, breathe, point the toes. Again, head is in line with the spine. Exhale, back down. If you'd like to try this in a different way, modify, bring the feet in, and it'll be a reverse tabletop. Make sure the heels are right under the knees. And lift the hips, reaching up. Breathe, exhale down.
Coming onto your knees, bringing both blocks in front of you in a tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Good, stand right leg out, stretch it out, crunch, pop, feel the stretch of the hamstring, bring it back in. Left leg out, stretch through the left hamstring, press through the heel, eyes are looking down, good spinal alignment, and inhale, bring it back in. Bring the blocks maybe about 4 inches in front of your fingers, in line and parallel to each other. And we're going to come into our praying mantis. So keep the core gently engaged, shoulder blades back, and slowly we're going to bring right elbow to the center of your block, all right? Not to an edge, but try and find the middle, right in the middle. And then maybe the left arm comes in. And bring the hands forward. You can bring the body forward, but we're eventually going to bring the hips back, reaching up. Hands will come together into prayer. And the head and the heart will drop to the floor. And again, you can adjust. So if you need to bring the knees in just slightly, as I will do, but make sure that the elbows stay centered on your blocks. And then extend the heart down. You will feel an intense stretch through your deltoids, through the upper shoulder region. Breathing here. With each exhale, see if you can relax through the shoulders. You can always bring padding for the knees if you feel any tension or compression in the knees. Palms together. You can add a little extra stretch by bringing the fingertips back towards the tailbone. And stretching through the triceps. Breathe. Again, you're welcome to adjust anything you need to. Adjust the blocks, the position of the elbows, the position of the knees, cushioning for the knees or even the forehead. Breathe. About 1 minute here. Focus on your breath, inhaling in your intention. Exhaling all that you do not need. Hold air. Thoughts, worries that don't help. Things you cannot fix. That maybe pray about. Think of relaxing the face, the lips. Relax the heart to the floor. Relax your toes, your fingers. Inhale, begin to extend the fingertips forward if they were, bending at the elbows and pressing back towards the tailbone. Slowly pressing your forearms into the blocks. Lift up your shoulders, heart comes forward slightly. Adjust your elbows so the forearms are fully onto the block. And gently come forward. Maybe bring the hands down in front of you into a half plank.
Deep breath in here. Exhale. Adjust yourself so that you're fully on your mat or floor. Exhale down. Deep breath in. Extend the arms forward, reaching forward. Breathe. And then extend the hands down by the hips, palms onto the floor. Breathe. Walk the fingers closer to the feet. Your shoulders will come away from the ears. Inhale, hands come underneath you. Elbows are under the shoulders. Coming into a sphinx. Bring your feet a little bit further than hip width apart. So not so close, but further apart. This helps protect the lower back. Engage your legs and slowly lift the heart. Chin is parallel to the floor. Sphinx. Breathe. If you feel any pain whatsoever in the lower back, please come down. And just extend the arms down by the side. Deep breath in. Extend the arms out again in front of you. Bring the heart to the floor. Slowly bring right hand over the left. Begin to cross at the wrists, maybe crossing at the forearm. Listen to the body, know where you need to be today. We're going to come into folded wings. Maybe you can cross at the elbow. Maybe your forearms will cross, lifting the head, maybe allowing yourself to come around even further. Breathe. Relax the head wherever it may be. If you have to bring the chin to your forearms or your forehead to the floor, your hands may be out in front of you. So that may be enough for the shoulders. Accept where you are. Relax the hips to the floor. Relax the knees, the feet, and breathe. Deep breath in, begin to lift the chin. Lift the heart slightly if your arms are underneath your chest. Otherwise, just slowly opening up the hands away from each other. Uncrossing if they were crossed. Extending forward completely and then out into a T. Opening up here, breathing. Bring the palms up, rotating in the shoulder here. And then exhaling, palms down. We're going to recross, bringing the hands back, up in front of you on the floor. And then we're going to cross the left hand over the right. Again, you may just be extending out and this may be enough for the shoulders. Or you can cross left over the right and keep moving, opening up, breathing.
Again, lifting the head as you need to. Finding that edge for you today, for this side, for your left side. But breathe through the movements. Inhale, slowly lift the chin. If it's resting on your arms or the floor, begin to uncross the arms if they were crossed. Inhaling slowly, breathing. Exhaling deeply, extending the arms forward and then out to the side. Bring the palms up and down. Allowing the blood to flow and circulate freely through the shoulders now. No constriction. Hands come down by the side. And then walking back up to the shoulders. Deep breath in. Slowly lift into a baby cobra. Shoulder blades press back, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Gently engaging your glutes, your quads. Exhale down. Pressing up into tabletop and then child's pose. Press the hips back to the heels. Again, you can have a block or a bolster between the legs for support. Pillow. One for the forehead if it won't reach the floor. So if you have space and you want support, use the blanket or a block. Extend through the arms and drop the head to the floor or to a block or blanket. Inhale deeply, look up at your fingers, lifting up into your tabletop, and find two blocks or bolsters, props that you can use. And make sure they're right by your hands, because you may need them here. And slowly, we're going to lift up into a cat pose, bringing the back up nice and tall, belly button pressing towards the spine. Breathe and extend the right leg back. And then slowly bring your hands to those blocks, and then keeping the spine high, lift the right leg forward into a lunge. Immediately begin to just move gently. Notice if you need cushioning under your knee, go ahead and place cushioning under the knee if you find that it makes it more comfortable. There's no need to be uncomfortable in these positions for the knee, for example. However, maybe for the thigh and inner groin region, you may feel uncomfortable there with the intense stretching. And I like to use the blocks on the highest level to begin with, reaching up with the heart. And slowly maybe allowing the hips to drop closer to the floor. Feeling the stretch as you do this, breathing. Go ahead and extend the front leg. Bring the blocks back with you as an extension of your arm, toes pointing forward. Coming back into the lunge. Moving the hips side to side. Just opening up through the hips. Beginning to release the tension you feel through the thigh, the inner groin, hip flexors, and bringing the right hand and block to the inside of your right foot. Walk that right foot out further towards the side of your mat. Nice and tall, supporting yourself. Breathing. We're going to maybe come a little bit lower into our dragon pose. Again, you can stay up high if you need to. Breathe. Try and keep that knee in closer to you rather than allowing it to splay out away from the body. But adjust as you need to. Breathe. Use your breath maybe to come to the next level. Exhaling deeper. Breathing. Maybe about 2 minutes in this pose. Deep stretch here, intense. Knowing you can always adjust or even come out of it as you need to. Just breathe through the transition. You might even find that your left hip might come down and your right arm might come around and hold the right leg. Stretching through that right hip. Breathe. Find your edge. But try not to go beyond it. Inhale. We're going to slowly come out of this. Deep breaths as you do. Use the blocks. Again, like you did coming in, use them at each level. Inhaling taller. Opening up through the spine. Exhaling, releasing the tension. Inhaling, coming up. Breathe. Holding it here. And maybe extending that front leg, slowly coming out. Use your blocks to help you lift the torso. Maybe slide that right leg back, extend it back. Press, breathe, opening up through the hips, maybe moving the hips side to side. And then coming back into your tabletop with blocks. Holding here. Inhale. We're going to begin with the other side. Adjust anything you need to. Have your blocks ready. You might even have a pillow or a blanket ready if you'd like to use that instead. Deep breath. Extend the left heel back. Nice long spine. And then lift up into a cat. Breathe as you bring that left knee forward, using your blocks at the highest and coming into your lunge. Left leg And slowly move the hips side to side. Making sure that that front leg for now is knee over the ankle, just protecting the knee. You can always use the blocks to help prop you. So if you find that you can use a block to support your hip, you can always bring that block to your hip and have it there. And it keeps you from going any further if you've already found your edge. Loosening to the body, deepening here, relaxing into it. Breathing. Slowly we're going to extend that front leg just enough, stretching through the hamstring. And inhaling, slowly coming into our lunge. Breathe. Then we're going to bring that left foot out to the edge. You might have the blocks on the inside now with the left foot, just underneath the heart. Breathe. Again, you can always place the block underneath you. Find yourself supported here. You can adjust the distance between the knee and the foot, the front foot and the back knee. So it makes a difference on the intensity. So adjust as you need to. And if you're ready, if you find that you might go deeper, use your breath, exhale, maybe to the next level down. Taking your time, breathing. Use your breath to help relax the areas you're feeling the tension, be it your hip flexors, your groin, your inner thigh. Breathe. Adjusting as you need to, finding your edge. About 30 more seconds. Slowly begin to just lift the head. Begin to press the hands up, supporting the torso, using the blocks. Inhaling taller, opening up through the heart. Deep breath in. Bring the blocks in a little bit closer to your right leg and extend the front leg, just starting to release the tension, the pressure. Press the toes back. Bring your leg forward into lunge again, and slowly lifting the belly, lifting the heart, sliding the left leg back, stretching through, moving side to side, And then when you're ready to tabletop, moving your blocks out of the way, hips, maybe bringing your hands forward into a half plank and dropping the hips down ever so slightly, mindful of your lower back. Keep the belly engaged. Breathe, maybe coming down into a baby cobra. Just stretching here, maybe even bending the knees. Exhaling down. Lifting up slowly. Just opening up the hips. Dragon is pretty intense. So allow yourself movement here to release. Breathing. Moving slowly. And we're going to come onto our backs. Have a strap nearby. Have one block, maybe two. We're going to do a counter pose for our dragon, which is supported bridge, before we come into Shavasana. So slowly coming down onto your back. Bring the knees in, squeeze. And then gently drop the heels down pretty close to the hips so that the knees are over at the heels. They're parallel to each other and hip width apart. Knees are in line with the second and third toes. Have your blocker bolster, prop ready. And we're going to press the heels into the floor. Feel the engagement of the leg as you do this. Feel the belly pressing gently towards the floor. Arms are by the side, palms are down. Maybe even bring the shoulders in slightly. Back of the head, pressing into the floor. And lift the hips. Find your block and come and place it right underneath the tailbone. And exhale, relax completely down into your block. Shoulder blades gently surrendering into the mat. The back of the head gently surrenders into the mat. The head is in line with the spine. You can always use two blocks if you want to come up higher or come down to the lowest block if you're not already there. Now to fully open up this area, we're going to maybe extend the right leg. Again, this is the body, do what you need to do. If it feels fine here, maybe the left leg. Breathe, pontoon. Palms are up. Completely relaxing. Noticing the full support of your pelvis using the blocks. Adjusting anything you need to. You can always bend your knees back into your supported bridge. If you're finding too much tension in your lower back in this position with your legs extended. For those who like supported shoulder stand, we begin to lift the right leg. Then we lift the left. Knees can be bent to begin with, just to feel secure, not so high up. And maybe if you feel secure here, extending your legs up, making sure that you feel comfortable on this, or at least secure on the block. I'm gonna push mine up and then come up, breathing with each movement, focusing on the breath on the inhale, pull, exhaling out the nose, feel the chest drop. Exhale, begin to bend the knees if they were up in shoulder stand. And bring them slowly down, pressing the heels, which are underneath those knees, parallel to each other. And begin to press the heels into the floor, coming out of our supported bridge, lifting up and removing the block. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, exhale all the way down. Breathe. Feel the belly press to the floor. Then it lifts as the tailbone presses to the floor. Inhale, belly presses to the floor, tailbone is up. Exhale, belly lifts, tailbone presses down, knees come up, and then in towards you. Breathe, finding your strap. You're going to do a gentle twist, spinal recline, spinal twist. And we're going to extend the left leg to the floor. We're going to place a strap, if you have one, at the base of your right toes, slowly lifting up. Again, if you don't have a strap, don't worry, just hold onto your the back of the knee or the back of the shin, calf muscle. Breathe. Press the left calf into the floor. Right hand will guide the right leg away from the body, away from the midline. Opening up here, breathing. Maybe having a block. If it won't reach the floor, you can always have a block and then place it under the leg for support. Left leg, left hip pressing into the floor. Left arm out in the T. Deep inhale, press the left leg into the floor, right leg, assisted by the hand, lifts, switches with the left hand, right arm comes out into a T, and your left hip is going to come off of the floor as the left leg tries to reach to the floor. And again, you can do the same prop positioning underneath the leg on this side if it does not reach the floor. You should be feeling a nice stretch through the IT band, maybe through the hamstring, through the lower back. With each breath, inhaling long. With each exhale, relaxing the shoulder, the twist, the lower back, the legs. Inhale, lifting slowly, reaching, maybe bringing those toes, the right toes closer to the head. Breathe. Exhale, bend the knee, release the strap, extend the right leg to the floor, calf pressing into the mat, and then breathe. Exhale, left leg in towards the abdomen. Find the strap at the base of the toes here, extending up. Breathe. Right arm out into a T, left arm supporting the leg, using a strap maybe, and then exhaling out away from the midline. Trying to keep the right hip to the floor. You always use a prop underneath the left leg. Each side can be so different. Just like each person can be so different. Each has its own purpose, and the purpose is for all, for their own unique abilities. Which makes diversity so beautiful. Inhale, right leg pressing to the floor, lifting slowly the left, switching hands, left arm comes out into a T, and then slowly guide the left leg with the right arm. And again, use a prop as you need to, breathing always. Begin to engage the right leg to the floor, slowly guiding with the right hand, bring the left leg up, both hands clasped, and see if you can bring the left toes closer to the head, breathing, not holding the breath, knowing that each move, each transition requires your breath. Exhale, bend the knee, remove the strap, squeeze it in, and extend it out into your Shavasana. Closing the eyes. Bring the toes so that they're engaging and pressing towards your head. Bring the fingertips so that they're engaging towards the toes. Breathing, feel the shoulders come away, feel the whole body engage. Inhale, and then exhale, relax everything into the mat. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Nice ha sound, feeling the air brushing up through the throat. One more time, cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, ha. Feeling that belly pressing the air out of the lungs on your exhale. Inhale, and come back to your natural breath. Inhaling in your intention, your purpose for this hour. knowing that you are enough. Your uniqueness, your purpose in life benefits us all. Allowing that purpose to be fulfilled each and every day. It can be a different purpose. No matter the age, how young or how old. It may be just giving a mother the purpose to care for her child. By being that child. By just being. When you're ready, gently wiggling your toes, moving the head side to side. Bending the knees, even rocking them side to side. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side, taking a breath. Take that breath. And then when you're ready, coming up into a comfortable seated position. On the floor, on a bolster. Enlightening both. Inhale, arms will come up. Deep breath in again, mindful of the shoulders. Exhale down into prayer. Allowing thumb to sternum, elbows to relax by the side. Chin to chest, gently an inch to the right, to the left. And then lift the chin. Coming up, sitting tall, feeling, being aware of your inner light. It was my honor to practice with you today, to guide you. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all on Facebook if you're still here. And I hope you had a good practice today. I will see you maybe tomorrow in chair, otherwise next week. Back all the same. All right? Be good, be kind. Remember, you're important. Bye-bye. Thanks, Chantel.